But the next game that we played was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And you're a fan of Yoshi.
I love Yoshi.
Did you like that game?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you play more of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Graphically, it's good.
Yeah.
That game is a testament to graphical style. It's on the same exact hardware. But you take a game that you described as like blocky and clunky with Final Fantasy, which, later on, obviously, things get better and cooler in that game. You'll see someday. And then you have... I chose these three games because they're so wildly different. And then you have the three-dimensional polygonal game where you're flying all around. And then you have Yoshi's Story, where it looks like a little kid drew it with the box of crayons. And it's just like joyful, gleeful.
Yes.
So what did you like more about it or less about it than, like, say, Yoshi's Crafted World, which is the Yoshi game that you spent the most time in?
Yeah. I mean, out of those three games, it was definitely my favorite. So what did I enjoy about it? Like, there was some familiarity to it, like not feeling like a complete idiot because I don't know.
So you knew that if you swallowed this person, it's going to turn into an egg, and you can use that egg for ammo.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like I could definitely see the evolution of the series though, because like at that point you could swallow the Shy Guy, but if you wanted to make an egg, you actually had to hit an extra button,
right? Which
is not the way it is in Yoshi's Crafted World.
It just happens automatically.
Yes. But, like, in this game, you had the option of you could get him with the tongue and then, like, spit him back out if you wanted to.
Use him as a projectile or whatever.
Right. So, that was interesting. The physics are a little different. But I can really appreciate the fact that they use the exact same font. And the graphics are similar. There's an evolution for sure, but there's a lot of familiarity, too. It was interesting having Baby Mario.
Right? Did you find it annoying, or is that a concept or like a mechanic you liked?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to play it more. Yeah, I'd have to play it more. I think I was getting frustrated because, like, if you do anything wrong, then Baby Mario falls off your back. And you have to retrieve Baby Mario within a certain amount of time, which is very stressful. So that was hard. I also had to, like, relearn the actions 2 buttons, which, added to the stress of the whole thing. Because when you're trying to do something quickly, I have to remember what button I'm doing it with. And
right.
Yeah, so.
And shooting the egg, too, is different because you're holding it down and it's moving automatically in, like, an arc of, like, 120 degrees or whatever. So it's not like you can just quickly determine where it goes. You have to wait a second.
Right.
Which definitely, like, I kind of like that because it is a little bit more of a challenge, I think. Because objects are moving and you have to, like, line it up, just perfectly.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
Also eats away at your time. I think you have, like, I don't remember how many seconds, but 10 seconds or something in order to retrieve Baby Mario. And when you're waiting on that little icon to, like, just line up with him, like, it came really good.
Too stressful? Like, that aspect of it? Because it's only going to get harder.
Yeah. I feel like I could get better at it if I put some time into it, but yes, it was stressful.
So the Yoshi games have always been like exploration of like a children's storybook. I mean, that's the next one's literally called Yoshi's Story. They always had that same similar font, similar graphical style, which I think is awesome. But yeah, that first one, which I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing Yoshi's Island, to tell you the truth, it's never really appealed to me. But watching you play it is definitely like, that would bother me because it seems like such a chill game, but it's not as chill as its successors. Not at all. And then when the moment that you do something to mess up, you're punished by like frantically doing something. You get this like sense of anxiety, which some people like or whatever, but I feel like it's pick a lane. And I feel like they did that with the next series. They really, the next game in the series and so on and so forth. They really kind of jumped into that. It's just more of a carefree kind of game because Yoshi's Story, there's no time limits. There's nothing, you're just kind of exploring around. There
were some pretty tense moments in Crafted World.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that's like later on in the game. Like the whole game isn't built around that, I feel like in Crafted World, they slowly built up your skill set.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they do it in a way that's not really like, here's a tutorial every 10 seconds. So they threw things at you slowly and ramped up your ability to like take them on or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is like from the get-go. You get that
Level
baby
one.
crying, you know? It's like not only does you get like a negative like thing occurring where you gotta like scramble and try to figure this out and do it real quick, but then you also have that grating sound of baby Mario. So that was definitely my least favorite of the three.
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of that game. It's never really appealed to me. I don't know. I don't like being constrained with having like the arc where it's like, you know, ticking up and down, you know. There's just constraints in the game I feel like it's put on you that I despise games where you have an NPC and
A what?
an NPC, like a non-playable character, like Baby Mario and that. It's not a character that you play, right?
Okay.
But they're called escort missions. I feel like that entire game is just an escort mission. Escort missions are my least favorite trope in video games, where you're loving this game, it's awesome. Now all of a sudden you have like a level or two where you have to babysit an NPC and make sure that they don't die. You know what I'm saying? It's, to me, it just slows down, it trudges down. And then Yoshi's Island, that's the whole thing. Is